Mastering time management as an entrepreneur and running a business is key to success. I know that's not, riveting information, but a lot of times I find people really struggle with this, especially busy moms and people that we coach, because a lot of stuff falls, let's just be honest, on us to do it all. And, I've realized that that's okay. It's just that there might have to be things in place to give us our time back. And so the first thing is sometimes the only answer is waking up earlier, even though that's not the answer a lot of us want to hear, but a lot of times that is a solution to getting more time back. The other thing I like to do is I literally take a notebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, you will see I literally have my notepad here, and I will put 5 o'clock. What did I do? 6 o'clock. Each line is a different. Each line is a different hour, and I'll just write in. I'll do it for 2 days. Just write in what my day to day looks like, and then I'll go back and audit it. Okay, if you touched your phone, you got to put it on there. If you pooped, you got to put it on there. If you got distracted, you got to put it on there. And then I really look and see, okay, where can I get my time back? And then I start to see what are the activities that I've been doing that maybe I could pay someone else to do. So maybe I spend an hour cleaning my house. Okay, well, could I pay someone to do that? How much would how much would they charge me? I don't know. I don't have a house cleaner. So maybe it would be like $100 to $200. If that's not accurate, then forgive me, but I do not have one. So, maybe I would pay that. And then I would have to say, okay, what can I do for $200 an hour? Oh, well, I could see a patient for that much. So let me see if I can do that. If I see one extra patient, then I can have a house cleaner clean my house, and I'd rather do that. Okay, cool. Or if you're like, look, I am a busy mom. I I need to spend time with my kids, especially after school when I pick them up. Cool. Block out that time. So block out the time to go get your kids before, drop them off and after. And then from, school to dinner, you're probably going to be spending time with your kids. So block that out. And then you may need to catch up with your spouse for like an hour. Cool. Block that out after the kids are in bed. And then you may have 1 hour, or you may just have to decompress yourself after that. So, depending on the blocks, this is where I really see how people get their time back. It's either early on in the morning where they give to themselves and they get some work done because no one's like pinging them or, saying, hey, I need this. And, or it's after, they put the kids down and after dinner, and then they can kind of sneak away to do 1 to 2 hours of some kind of work. And remember, these are phases. This is not a forever. I think so many people think it's forever. And it's like the faster you can work through these phases, the faster you don't have to do that. Meaning, so if I'm just starting a business out and I'm working 2 jobs, I'm starting my business and I'm like working at another job again to make income. And then I'm also picking my kids up and I'm also, the ones cooking dinner for my kids. And this is a lot of you guys, okay? So you do all those tasks. Then the only opportunity I have is on weekends, beginning of my day, or end of my day. And that's really it. And to build your business, right? And so you will get to a point where you're like, I may have to pay a babysitter because I can't do this all right now and I need to get more work done. So maybe you pay a babysitter like 2 times a week to take the kids for like 2 hours to the playground or something while you get stuff done. $20, $30. Again, forgive me, I don't know how much babysitter is. Maybe $30 by now. $30 an hour would be worth it to be able to connect with someone about marketing or whoever it may be, right? And so that's truly how I think about it. Now, if I'm also the mom that's like, hey, I want to spend time with my kids, cool. Be very intentional with the time that you do have with your kids, knowing that there will be a slight sacrifice up front, that you may miss out on hours with your kids initially, but the faster you can miss out on hours initially, then the faster you can build to get those hours back with your kids. if that makes sense. So there's always going to be a trade-off, always, no matter what people say, there is always a trade-off. There's always a compromise. And I find the people that tend to drag it out, that really set hard boundaries, and by the way, boundaries are amazing for those that can set it, okay? Like, I am never seeing a client after 5 o'clock. Okay, that's amazing, but just know that process is, you're gonna not drown, you're gonna drag out the process of you staying in one phase. Comparatively, if you said, I'm gonna see patients for 2 months straight after 5 o'clock, only on this day to be able to grow the business. Cool, and then I'm gonna hire. Awesome. Then you're gonna be able to grow the business and get out of that phase and not be stuck in that phase for months and months and months and maybe even years, and then think, yeah, this still isn't worth it. Or no, I can't grow this past me, or whatever whatever the situation, may be. And so I find that many people stay in that cycle because they just don't know how to get out of that cycle. And like, what I think they believe the sacrifice is like years, and it doesn't have to be. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Um, and the next thing to get, time back that I have found is systematize everything, organize everything, be able to create, repetitive systems over and over and over. We already have them. We don't, if you want them, you just ask me. That way you don't have to create it and spend tons of time making it. We already have it and it's ready to go. So, yeah, I think systems are key. Hiring is key to get your time back. Hiring is probably the number one thing to get your time back, especially for what we do, so that you can actually run the business. What else would I say? To get your time back, auditing it, like I said at the beginning, you always start with an audit, and then hiring in replace of anything that does not, that you don't really want to do, and hire for that. And I think those are keys to living a more fulfilled life. And basically, you got to learn how to invest in people. The lesson here is invest in people to buy your time back. That's really it. And or invest in coaching to buy systems. And then the systems also help get your time back. And I believe in 2026, there'll be more and more systems that will get your time back. So all that is key. And if you guys don't have time to do it, we have it. So just let us know. And if you need anything if you're really struggling with time management of working, this other job, and then I guess that would be, the next and last thing I would say is, if you are working another job, which most people are, and then trying to start your business, there will be a time where you literally just have to make a decision and say, I'm going all in on my business because I believe in myself and I know that I can do this. And or you may get fired or whatever. They found out you have another, job or whatever else. But there will be a time where you're just gonna have to say, you know what, I let go. You gotta let go and trust. And you gotta trust and believe. And that is a scary thing. But I always say this, so you gotta remember this, because it seems so scary at first. But then when I look back, I'm like, they would have hired me back the next day if I said, hey, I'm going to come back. So just remember that they will always hire you back no matter what. They are desperate. You are not, which is why you want to go out and use your skill set in a different way. And that's okay. So, yeah, there are some tips and tricks on how to manage time. All right, guys. Bye-bye.